Okay, this is the second half. I was cut off a bit earlier. Oh, technical issue. Okay, I was just finishing off about this football game. I don't care about it. Okay, so one next to my next acquirement here, Looney Tunes. Fun game, basic copy of every Mario game, platformer. I've played it, not too fond of it. I got it at a thrift store, very cheap, but not too satisfying. Pac-Man. Whoa, Pac-Man. This one I got several years ago. It was actually gotten for someone. I took it back. Uh, well, in either case, it's a very satisfying game. Anyone who's played it knows that it's just basic Pac-Man again, an original type game. Never get bored of it because it pretty much goes on forever. I think I don't have the patience to finish it though. Next game, Yoda Stories, given to me as a gift a very long time ago. Uh, this actually is a very interesting game. I never got to finish it, if you believe that. I think I've had it for what, 9 years now? In any case, it's just a little point A to point B by doing things C. Very nice. Well, I wouldn't say it's the best graphics, but it's very interesting. Now on to my Game Boy Color, full color cartridges. These ones are only half color. This one, Perfect Dark, very excellent game. I finished it. Has the rumble feature, very good. Well, most of you know who actually own this. If you put in the transfer pack on your N64 while having the Perfect Dark game on it, it unlocks certain features. Very nice. I didn't get it just to get the features. However, I was very satisfied with the game. Warlocked. This is a extraordinarily satisfying game. This is the first real-time RPG I've ever played. I've spent countless hours on my Game Boy Color with this game. Long story short, I was very satisfied. I'm going to do a little review on this one because it is one of my favorite. There was a follow-up that was never released. I'll mention it later. Alone in the Dark. Pretty much a Resident Evil type game. Back in these days, I was looking for a game that was close to Resident Evil. And this was the one that got closest to it. Resident Evil Gaiden did not get closer. I didn't like that game, Resident Evil Gaiden. I like this one. Reason why is just read a magazine in I think it was what was the magazine's name? In any case, there was a magazine. I constantly read it, always showing the graphics from this game, how advanced they are. And when I finally played it, it paid off. It held up to the article. Next one. This next video, Super Mario Brothers Deluxe, pretty much started the whole color thing for me. It's pretty much an identical clone. It also has the lost levels in it. I finished it, and I believe the lost levels as well. On to my Game Boy Advance cartridge collection. Now, I personally have a thing for collecting Game Boy Advance cartridges. Well, not the games itself, however, the ones with the little special attachments and or little items on it. I'll show you. Warrior Twisted, for instance. This particular cartridge had the predecessor technology to the Wii controller. Pretty much, you rolled it around, spun it, and it was able to read those, put those characteristics onto the screen. Very nice. Drill Dozer. Unlike other cartridges, this one actually had the rumble built into the cartridge. Now, obviously, this would attack the battery power. However, it was very satisfying. The Game Boy Advanced video series. I managed to get this Pokemon I Choose You It basically works like a little DVD with low quality. I only got one because after I got this one, I played it. I watched the video on it. I wasn't too impressed, which is why I understand they cut the line. It was a very ambitious thing for the Nintendo to do, because kids always like watching the same shows over and over again. However, price point wise, I didn't like it. I would have gotten into it. Not enough people got into it, so they killed the series. Super Mario Circuit, the Mario Kart for the GBA. Very beautiful game. I finished it, I don't know how many times over. Very satisfying. Anyone who's played a Mario Kart knows how satisfying it can be. Beat everything. Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. This game is amazing. Graphics, story, solid. Very solid. However, I never got to finish it. Recently, they released this game in Europe for the DS. I'm waiting for it to come here so I can play it. I believe the touchscreen additions to it for the DS would be a benefit to this game, because although it is a great game, it's a bit clunky moving around with the D-pad. F-Zero, awesome game. I believe it was one of my first games for the GBA, for the original release one. Very satisfying. Again, a race game. If you don't if you've played F-Zero for the Super Nintendo, it's pretty much the same thing. However, it's better. When I mean better, I mean the sense of speed is there. Although this is not a GBA game, it's GBA game shaped. This is for the original DS Fat Rumble Pack. This actually came out with the Metroid Pinball. It was an add-on. Well, it actually came in the case, and then it came separately. I'm not sure if you can still acquire these via Nintendo.com. However, this particular one I have acquired at a flea market. I was very satisfied on getting it. After playing some games with it, I can see why they never, it never caught on exactly, because it's more of a buzz, and I wasn't very too much into it. Now on to these cartridges. I mentioned earlier that I liked collecting anomalies for the Game Boy Advanced or Game Boy. I have 3 of these. This one is called a Super Game 68-in-1. Far from it. It's actually variations of a bunch of games. The pictures on this cartridge do not represent what's on the cartridge. Very big letdown. I've acquired this via a thrift store. I can see why I threw it away. Second, this is a 138-in-1. I've acquired this via a what was it? When I acquired one of the Game Boys, secondhand, a fake cartridge. 138-in-1. It claims it has Pokemon on it. It has some bizarre version of it, and this cartridge even has the audacity to put a warranty seal on it, saying that the warranty will be void if removed. On a pirate cartridge, can you believe that? A warranty. Next, I have a 32-in-1. This was acquired, it was given to me by a friend. He states that it is garbage, and I attest to it. It is. This just goes to prove that original hardware is best. Every time someone tries to copy it, it's copied poorly. Anyone who acquires these solely for the fact to actually play the games on it made a very large mistake. I only have these only to collect and be able to identify, poorly made cartridges. This is fake, but yet it has Nintendo on the back. This is fake, but it has Nintendo on the back. Well, that's it for the this particular GBA games. Well, let me see. I got Pokemon. Everyone knows Pokemon. Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow. Love it. Very satisfying. That's it for this particular collection. I'll see you soon.